Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Webtown with me, your host, Nobody Priyam, bringing you your daily stock market updates before the bell. Let's get started with the top economic news for today. On Friday, October the 25th, we have durable goods from the US. They are expected to come down in the negative zone. We saw a really big jump in August this year. Then in September, we saw a slight drop, and we are forecasting actually a negative one. Now, let's move on to the markets. The markets yesterday had a really interesting turnaround. A bit of sell-off, a bit of anxiety, especially Tesla. Tesla reported earnings a couple of days back. Definitely check out the video on my review if you want to invest furthermore in Tesla, or if you want to start investing in Tesla. Some good advice for you there. Now, we saw the S&P closing up on the positive with 0.21%, so just barely made it. It had a little jump. Now, the Nasdaq also closed up in the positive with 0.83%, and currently we have also the Dow Jones, which was again the loser of the day, closing up in the negative with 0.33%. Now, if you take a look on the S&P futures E-mini, we saw that S&P do want to come out in the positive. It's currently 0.13% in the positive. Also, the Nasdaq is 0.16, just up to 15% in the positive. And we do expect today to be one of those deciding days. Depending on how the markets close, maybe we can tell more about the next week. But the next week is extremely interesting. Next week, we have the very last week before the election. Also, we have Halloween on Friday. So definitely stick around and subscribe to the channel, because on the weekend, we are going to do once again, our portfolio review, but we're going to do our risk assessment. And it's going to be interesting what we see as risk for the next week. So let's continue on with major companies reporting earnings today. Well, we basically only have HCS Healthcare who's going to report earnings today. Now, the entire healthcare sector does have a huge problem. Let's just take a look at the healthcare sector. We have on the top position United Health, which is barely hanging in there, although they are rated as a strong buy now from analysts. And if you follow our portfolio, we know what our stake is in United Health, but the entire sector is pretty much down for the entire month. So pretty interesting to see, because the next one after in market capitalization as the United Health is HCS Healthcare, to report earnings today. So it will be pretty interesting to see not only their earnings report, but also their outlook for this year, for the entire year. Now let's take a look at WTI crude oil. You can see that oil is barely hanging in there in the $70. Well, there's not much big news, excepting the fact that North Korea sent a couple of troops to Russia, which could be used in the Ukraine invasion. Also, South Korea signaling some concerns about that move. We still didn't see any kind of move from Israel after the last Iran rocket attack. And also we don't see a huge jump in China, so neither demand for reduction nor for war is lingering on crude oil. It's going to be interesting. Now, we do see everything in the red today. We also see gold and silver in the red. And if we take a look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is pulling back there in the 67,000 after it had a really good week, also a really good month. It got up there, 69,000. Some folks saying that it's going to reach 70, but hey, it didn't. Let's see what happens after the election. Now, with this being said, my name is Nobody BM. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell in order to get notified when we post new videos like this. Post from Mondays to Fridays. And then on the weekend, we have our portfolio review and our risk assessment for the next week. Also going to go through for what we bought, what we sold, and why we did it. With this being said, stay safe out there. Have a lovely day. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.